in this, in this context, I want us to see beyond just penetration testers and red teamers. Whenever hackers are mentioned, ethical hackers now are mentioned, many people, where their mind goes to is, oh, they're talking about penetration testers, or oh, they're talking about, those guys that breaks into systems, find vulnerabilities, and then, recommend remediation for those vulnerabilities. Now, in this context, we are not just talking about red teamers. We're not just talking about pen testers. We are talking about Black individuals who have subscribed to a system of growth and over time has transitioned into a competent individuals who are skilled, and can bring, their cybersecurity skills to solve, security problems. So what I mean in short is that I want to create, Black competent cybersecurity professionals who are hackers in their different domains. That is, it might be in a GRC, governance, risk and compliance. It might be in, SOC, Security Operations Center. It might be other domains like risk management and the rest. But what we are saying is we want to create more Black, hackers in those domains, people who knows their onions, Black people who knows their onions, Black people who are competent to deliver, in their chosen domain, not necessarily in the penetration testing domain or in the offensive, domain. It might be in the defensive domain. It might be in the purple teaming. It might be in the, orange teaming, in the white teaming, or whatever teaming it is in cybersecurity. So we want to create more Black individuals who will represent the Black community in each of these domains. And we won't have them, so many in those domains. And for you to have that, there are systems, individual, cybersecurity enthusiasts, Black cybersecurity enthusiasts, or Black cybersecurity professionals must subscribe to for them to attain that height. And that is what I'll be discussing with you this morning. Okay, so my name is Segun Olaniyan. Yes, Segun Olaniyan for short. I'm a vulnerability remediation analyst with expertise in vulnerability remediation, risk mitigation, mitigation planning, development, and whatever you could, think of around, mitigating a risk, filling up compliance gap, identifying risk, residual risk in systems and applications. This is what I do as a vulnerability remediation analyst. I'm also a cybersecurity R&D analyst, research and development analyst. Majorly, I focus on identifying security loopholes or security problems or security gaps in small and medium businesses, making research on how best they can mitigate some of these gaps or fill some of these gaps. And also I write a lot of articles that addresses small and medium businesses security issues. Okay, I'm also a security awareness advocate and trainer. I'm so passionate about end user education, awareness within security awareness within organization, upholding security culture within organization and within the society at large. And I do so by engaging in speaking, presentation, and the rest. I also train cybersecurity awareness to people, and right now I've trained more than 500 female tech enthusiasts in cybersecurity awareness across 7 African countries. And I also give back to the community, by joining different organizations, non-governmental organizations. I won't want to mention names, but some of those you might know: Cyber Safe Foundation, Diary of Hackers, and the rest. So in those communities, I speak and I train on cybersecurity awareness. Okay, so I'm also the co-founder of Cyber Safety Media. This is like a small startup that I co-founded, to help roll out different cybersecurity awareness talks and materials that relates to helping people to stay safe online and help people get people informed on cybersecurity best practices. I also lead, I'm a lead speaker at Cyber Safety Webinar. This is a monthly webinar that I co-host. I co-host this webinar every month where we talk about latest trends in cybersecurity, latest scams in cybersecurity, and latest concepts and terminologies that people need to get used to. End users now majorly need to get used to, and trying to relate technical stuffs or technical concepts to non-technical audience, like end users who are not so tech savvy. Then this year also, I was, thanks to Blacks in Cybersecurity, I was awarded BICA 2022 Outstanding Cyber Practitioner Honorary Award. And this is all about me. Of course, you can check me up on LinkedIn and Twitter. So let's just continue. This is just a video about me. Okay, so you can attain any height when you have the right systems there to support you. We're talking about creating more Black hackers, Black cybersecurity professionals who are competent in their choosing domain in cybersecurity, who would come and fill this, on-field cybersecurity jobs, positions, in the industry. So for them to be able to attain that, it must be systems that they use to, that they will use to support themselves, that they will use to help themselves, to attain that height, to get to that height where they will be able to, solve cybersecurity problems in different aspects. Okay, so for you to attain this height, right systems. There are different systems, but the right one are the ones that will help you to attain as that height as fast as possible. Okay, so cybersecurity growth systems encompasses platform, processes, process, and people. They encompasses platform, process, and people. Now, it means that for you to be able to grow when it comes to cybersecurity, for you to be able to grow to that height, to that level where you become relevant in the industry, where you become, someone who people want to listen to, whose opinion matters, in the industry, you must, subscribe to these three components of growth systems, which are platform, process, and people, So now talking about growth systems, we see here that you don't just grow, in cybersecurity. You don't just grow in cybersecurity. There must be systems that support you. Of course, I've said that before, that helps you to grow. Now, these systems has components. They have components and can also be said to be grouped under three categories, which is platform, process, and people. Now, growth system can be a holistic model to strategically and sustainably grow a career, strategy, sustainability. It means you're strategic about your growth, and then you're applying components or systems that help you to sustain a steady growth. So it's not as if you're getting to a point and then you're stopping. You are evolving. You are evolving. You are growing, and you have a continuous growth. You have a continuous growth, and then you take into consideration, key cross practice linkages, which is between platform, process, and people. What do I mean? I mean, you need a platform to thrive. You need to subject yourself to process of learning and credibility, process of learning and credibility. This process is what will help you to sustain, to make your voice heard, and also to make people, trust you, trust the quality of value that you're releasing, in the industry. Also, you need to connect and learn from people of like mind, and also people who have gone ahead of you. You see now that this is strategic. And then subscribing to this continuously will help you to sustain a steady growth in the industry. Okay, so this growth system is now divided. I divide this into 5, which are very, very key to launching you into a very rapid and sustained growth. Number one is virtual internship. And then, categorizing it under the growth system components, it is, it comes and fit in under platform. Then we have hands-on practice, categorizing this under, the components of growth system when it comes to, growing, continuing to grow in the industry. Hands-on practice falls under platform. And then also cybersecurity certifications, falls under process, while cybersecurity communities falls under people. Professional networking, like LinkedIn, platforms like LinkedIn falls under people. Now having all this as your support system, you know that your growth will be very rapid. You know that your growth will be steady. You'll be able to sustain a substantial growth if you subscribe to all this. Now, people who are starting out, cyber starters, enthusiasts who are trying to get their foot grounded in the industry, needs to subscribe to these systems, needs to support themselves with these systems for them to be able to achieve more in a very little period of time. And then the first one is virtual internship. I know internship is when you actually you are taken in as like a staff or a worker who is, of course, learning on the job and also delivering values while you learn. Of course, that is what internship is. You have entry-level experience or 0 to like 1 year experience in a particular field, and then you are trying to get the experience, industry experience in that particular field. You go for an internship. You go for an internship where you will learn while applying what you are learning, to also deliver value in whatever company or industry you find yourself. Okay, so but now virtual internship, I haven't defined what internship is in that manner. Virtual internship replicates work at top companies, like a replication, like a snapshot of work at companies, at top companies, and then it connects enthusiasts or people who are just starting out in the industry to those companies themselves. It means that with virtual internship, cybersecurity enthusiasts can leverage on different cybersecurity projects, the way it is done in the industry. It would replicate, it would give you a snapshot of the way cybersecurity projects are being done in the industry, and then workloads for career growth. So it means that you'll be exposed to different projects, different workloads that replicates real life, real life workloads that are being done, that are being handled by real staffs in an organization. So that platform, virtual internship platform, provides you with that opportunity to interface with real workload, real life projects, as it is in industry, the way staffs in different organizations, the way they approach those kind of projects, you'll be interfacing with those projects, and then it will give you an opportunity to work on them and then learn how those projects are being carried out. Okay, so in only 5 to 6 hours, you can actually learn relevant tools and skills necessary to complete tasks that replicate an employee's workday. So it means just like saying a day in the life of a day in the life of a cybersecurity analyst. It means the day-to-day task, the daily tasks that a cybersecurity analyst does on a daily basis, what the task that they carry out on a daily basis. So it means within 5 to 6 hours, chunks of those tasks, you will have the opportunity to interface with chunks of those tasks, and then learn relevant tools and skills necessary to complete those tasks. For example, triaging alert, trying to investigate incidents, those kind of tasks, you see them you see them the way it is in an organization. And then these are different kinds of organization, top organizations at that, like Deloitte, like PwC, EY, and the rest, Ernst & Young. These organizations, they put out some of these workloads as their staff, normally interface with them on a daily basis. Okay, so advantages of virtual internship. So now, before I even go into the advantages of virtual internship, there are virtual internship platforms, available free of charge. Means you wouldn't need to pay any amount for you to access them. An example is forage.com. Forage.com is a virtual internship that different top companies have subscribed to, to present some of their workloads that their staffs, interface with on a daily basis, to be presented to enthusiasts. So what you do is you sign up on that platform, you have access to these workloads from different companies like Deloitte and the rest. And then, they have videos of, instructions on how to go about some of these tasks. And then when you complete it, you will have the opportunity to submit, your completed task. That is the project you have done, the task you have done. You have the opportunity to submit, and then few staffs or certain staffs assigned, to these virtual internship platforms from those organizations will review your submitted work. And if your work stands out amidst other works that have been submitted for the same task, you will be contacted. I've seen, testimony from cybersecurity enthusiasts and other, starters in the tech world who have given, testimonies about how they got an interview with some of these top companies and eventually landing a job. Do you see that? So it is very easy. It is an easy way to interface with real world projects, industry inclined tasks. So what are the advantages of such virtual internship? What do you stand to gain interning virtually? Number one is industry insight. Industry insight, exposure to the skills and qualities necessary to thrive in the industry. So it means that the skills and qualities that are necessary for you to thrive in the industry, you will get so much insight into some of those skills and qualities, because those tasks and projects are tailored, towards helping you to gain insight, to know more about, those skills and qualities that are needed, for you to thrive. And then number two is project inclined tasks. Exposure to modules and tasks that simulate industry real life projects. These modules, these tasks, they simulate like a snapshot of industry real life projects. Like in Deloitte, the way a cybersecurity consultant will address, an issue of PCI DSS, payment card industry data security standard. Now, that kind, you will be interfaced with a simulated form of that kind of project. And then you will have exposure to diverse organization, work culture, and business values. For example, these platforms, and these projects expose you to diverse organizations, work culture, and business values. For example, you will learn about, for example, if you are virtually interning with, let's say, PCW or Ernst & Young, you will learn from that virtual internship, even though you do not visit, the organization physically. From that virtual internship, you will learn the culture, the work culture, their core values, their business values. You will learn it from, participating in such, virtual internship or participating in such projects. Number four is exposure to potential employers. I said the other time that you submit your projects, to the partner employers on virtual internship platforms, and then you have the ground to showcase your work to these employers, and they also have the platform for them to view your work and then contact you if you actually do a very good job, if you submit something that even beats their expectation, if you submit something that even beats the expectation of the employer, or you even submit a solution that beats the solution of their own in-house staff, you have the potential of now having that opportunity to interface with employers directly. They will contact you. They will contact you. You can check out forage.com, you see testimonies of different, entry-level tech individuals who had the opportunity, to be called upon by employers because of their outstanding performance, when it comes to deliverables during their virtual internship with such employers. Then we have relevant experience. You gain, you have engagement with activities that sponsors experience in the industry. Of course, experience is one of the challenges that entry-level jobbers or job seekers or cybersecurity starters have in this industry. Experience is one of the challenges. They do not have industry experience. They've not interfaced with the production environment where they will do the real thing, using the real technology, to access real, organizations network. But via, virtual internship, you have that opportunity to engage with activities that sponsors, the experience in the industry. It means that if an organization is uploading their workload, the real workload, like a replication of the real workload that they do on a daily basis, it means that for you to complete that task, you will gain such experience that you would have gained if you actually visited, or if you are actually a staff or an employee in that organization as an entry-level individual or as a cybersecurity starter. Okay, then the last one here, advantages of virtual internship, the last advantage here is you are open to job opportunities, face-to-face with job opportunities in the partner organizations. So these organizations, what they are trying to do is, train you, expose you to skills and qualities needed in the industry for you to thrive. And then if you exceed their expectations, they reach out to you and then they offer you real internship. Not virtual now, real internship where you can, whether remotely, intern with them and work on real life projects. This will help you. This will actually help you to gain a lot of insight into how work is being done in the industry on deliverables when it comes to cybersecurity. Okay, let's quickly move on to the next system, growth system, hands-on practice. Hands-on practice. This cannot be overemphasized because cybersecurity startups or people who are just starting out in cybersecurity, no organization will give them that, that privilege to, learn with production environment. You understand? So, and that is why a percentage or a certain level of experience is required even to start as an entry-level jobber in cybersecurity. So it means that employers, have that, confidence that at least you can handle some technologies and some tools professionally or ethically, so that you don't, cause more problem, than what problem you are supposed to solve. Okay, so and that is why hands-on practice comes, very, very helpful. Participating in activities rather than passively reading a resource or attending a class. So it means that, just going through a resource, reading will not actually give you that feel or give you that, that competence in some activities that relates to cybersecurity. Of course, you might not have the opportunity to interface with a production environment where you carry out this thing in real time or in a real life project, of course, but there are platforms that have been designed, to replicate some of this practical, jobs or tasks, that helps you to actually learn the skill and learn how to handle some of these technologies ethically and professionally. So learning and growing by doing through experiencing something. So it means that while you begin to engage hands-on practice, you will begin to learn and begin to grow by doing. So the more you do, they say practice. There's a saying that says practice makes perfect. So it means that while you are doing, you can make all the mistakes you want to make, because this is not a production environment. This is just like a staging environment where, scenario are being, carved out as like a gamified, stuff, as a gamified task that you can actually play around with. So even making mistake will not affect any, any company's network or any company's workstation. You'll be able to do learn and unlearn and relearn, using hands-on practice. Okay, this will give cybersecurity enthusiasts an opportunity to immerse themselves in a learning environment while putting their acquired skill to use and building new ones. So it means that you will be in a learning environment where you can immerse yourself, to a deep learning experience, where you can put your acquired skills to use and then learn new ones. For example, cracking a password. That is one of the ability to crack password that you need to, have as a cybersecurity professional, of course, because it will come in handy, most especially via a penetration tester. Cracking a password now, no organization as a starter or as an entry level jobber, no organization will give you maybe their logon environment, their website logon environment or login environment for you to practice password cracking or practice brute forcing. You understand? But hands-on practice platforms will give you that opportunity to practice with fake websites. Well, I don't want to say fake. Let's say so that it doesn't mean something else. With a simulated website or simulated environment that helps you to practice brute forcing, helps you to practice password cracking, helps you to use Metasploit, helps you to break into virtual machines, bypass authentication and the rest. You do these things with having a rest of mind that you are not compromising a real organization's network, or that you are not having any negative impact on a real organization network. Okay, so benefits of hands-on practice. Now, before I even move to benefit of hands-on practice, some of these hands-on practice platforms, TryHackMe, Cyber Defenders, At the Box, these platforms give you this leverage to be able to perform practical, practical hands-on tasks that will help you to develop the skill and the ability to do some of these stuffs, and then this will help you, to grow while you're trying to get your foot into the industry. So what are the benefits of hands-on practice? Cybersecurity enthusiasts can develop expertise through a blended approach of instructor-led videos. Of course, there are instructor-led videos on some of these platforms that help you to see how it is being done. Then you can also replicate the way it is being done. Learning path, different learning paths, quizzes, and hands-on exercises. Hands-on exercises where you do it, what you have learned in instructor-led video or what you have learned in a walkthrough, you can actually practice them. You can do them on your own via hands-on exercises. Cybersecurity enthusiasts can learn cybersecurity through short gamified real-world labs. Labs that shows you what an attack looks like, a cybersecurity attack looks like, and how investigating such attacks, investigating an attacked website, investigating a compromised website, breaking into virtual machines using Metasploit to gain to bypass authentication, brute forcing, and the rest of them. So this gamified reward labs helps you, to learn these things without compromising a real organization network. Now, cybersecurity enthusiasts can take their cybersecurity skills to the next level through gamified hands-on training experience. You can take it to the next level. I've seen, entry-level job seekers, cybersecurity starters, enthusiasts, people who are just starting out. I've seen some of them who are very passionate about, hands-on practice, who have practiced so much on platforms like TryHackMe, having, becoming, part of the top 1% on the platform. You know, it means you have learned so much, you have gathered so much skill, practical skills that you can actually use during real world projects. Okay, so cyber defenders enthusiasts can practice, validate their skills, and acquire the ones they need, you know, as much as also GRC, governance, risk, and compliance enthusiasts also, you know, can also learn from industry experts. You know, I believe there are, you know, hands-on practice that in the future will be released with labs that can help you to develop your GRC skills. Okay, the third system of growth is cybersecurity certifications. You know, this also cannot be overemphasized. You know, certification exposes you to cutting edge, specialized, and vendor neutral technologies. So there are technologies that you use to, you know, to accomplish or to deliver values, help solve security problems in the industry. And then certifications help you, exposes you to some of this, you know, modern and cutting edge, you know, specialized. Sometimes they are specialized based on the fact that, you know, those technologies and the certifications, some of those certifications are supporting certain technologies. And then we have vendor neutral certifications that are not necessarily supporting certain or specialized technology, but covers, you know, holistically a certain domain in cybersecurity. So certain industry skills cannot be gotten without certification. That is very correct. Certain industry skills cannot be gotten without certification. For example, networking skill. Of course, you can learn online via MOOC, massive open online courses, of course, but for you to get the skill required actually to implement, you know, some of these, you know, technologies, some of these tools, you need certifications that teaches you how to implement, how the implementation is. For example, firewalls. You know, there are different types of firewalls or different examples of firewalls from different vendors. For you to be able to know the configuration of some of these firewalls, you need to learn it from, you know, the vendors who manufacture the firewalls or who develop the firewalls, whether logical or physical, you know, and then you can start with free cybersecurity certifications available and then migrate to paid ones. You can then migrate to paid ones. You know, I normally advise, you know, cybersecurity starters or enthusiasts to start with free ones that will introduce you to the basics and foundations of cybersecurity, basics and foundations of some of these tools and technologies that will get you informed theoretically. Then you can begin to migrate to paid ones that will actually, you know, help you to dive deep into some of these technologies and some of the skills. So what certification offers you? The first thing certification offers you is credibility. Credibility, the quality of being trustworthy. It means that with certification, you know, employers can have this confidence that you can be trusted with certain technologies and certain tools. You know, they have this, you know, this knowing with certifications that you can be trusted, that you are trustworthy. That they can commit certain, you know, tasks into your hands, and then you'll be able to professionally use certain tools and technologies to actually deliver on those projects, on those tasks. Then validity. Also, this showcase, you know, this helps you to show that you are an authority in a particular domain or in a particular technology. You know, this validates your knowledge and your understanding of certain tools and technology, certain terminologies and concepts in cybersecurity. This is why certification is very key. Is very key, and it is a process that you must, you know, subscribe to. This is a process that you must subscribe to. You keep getting certified in different technologies. Of course, you might know those technologies, you might know how to use it, you might know how to wield, you know, be skilled in using those technologies, skilled in, you know, certain areas of cybersecurity. But of course, before you are able to show any employer or before you are able to show anybody how skilled you are by doing some of those things, you know, certification can go before you to get them informed that you actually know what you are doing, that you actually know about those technologies, that you actually have the knowledge, you know, to carry out those tasks or to perform, you know, those tasks and to deliver professionally in those roles. Okay, so the next system of support is cybersecurity communities. This is extremely important. This is extremely important. The coming together of cybersecurity professionals from all walks of life to learn and grow together. You see that? To learn and grow together from all walks of life, to learn and grow together. There is nothing as important as learning and growing together in a community, which is what Blacks in Cybersecurity is doing fantastically well. They are doing it fantastically well. They are, bringing people together from all walks of life, from different cultures, Blacks, from Black communities, from all walks of life, to learn together and grow together. Cybersecurity community serves as both a strategic and functional vehicle for engagement and collaboration on trends, risk, threats, impact. Now, some of these things you might not even get to know them, and you need to stay abreast of all trends in cybersecurity as somebody that is just coming up, because some of this information gives you that ability to stay on the cutting edge of information as it is being released, in the industry. And this even gives you an edge, when you go for interview. This helps your interviewer or your employer to know that you know what you're doing. You're passionate about the community, or you're passionate about the cybersecurity ecosystem. Even though you don't have all the skills, but this can show your passion that, okay, I belong to a community, this and these are what I do, this and these are what I do to give back to the cybersecurity community, these and these are some of the community services that I've engaged in via cybersecurity communities. And then these are some of the information I've been able to gather, these are some of the knowledge I've been able to gather, these are the impacts I've been able to have on other people through community. This showcases how passionate you are, and then it helps you, it gives you an edge over other candidates, even during job interview. Okay, so for engagement, collaboration, and trends, you get to have first-hand information on trends in cybersecurity, their communities, risks, emerging threats, the impact some of these threats are having, the control measures, the good practices associated with all aspects of cybersecurity related to people, process, and technology in community. Because you know why? Community contains, cybersecurity experts, subject matter experts from all walks of life. In short, you can have access. I'm still going there. You can have access to, cybersecurity leaders, cybersecurity subject matter experts within a community that you wouldn't have had the opportunity to, meet or even interact with outside the cybersecurity community. So what communities offers you? What community offers you? What community offers you? Access to industry experts. As I've been saying, you have access to industry experts. There are industry experts, cyber leaders that you might want to connect with, that you wouldn't have the opportunity to connect with them outside cybersecurity communities. Outside cybersecurity communities. Now, from my own experience, every expert in cybersecurity that I long, to connect with, or I long to network with, I long to meet with, I've actually met with them through communities. Communities brought us together. I don't even need to, go through the stress of saying, how do I meet them? How do I connect with them? Just by belonging to a community, just one program that would come, being invited to speak, and boom, that is it. We'll get connected, and then, you have access to cybersecurity experts, industry experts. You get mentorship from them. Mentorship from them in communities. Access to hidden opportunities. There are certain opportunities in the industry that you cannot get outside cybersecurity or outside communities. Outside communities. There are several opportunities I've come across. I belong to the Diary of Aka communities, Diary of Aka community, and there are several opportunities that I've gotten from that community, from being a member of that community, that normally, naturally, I would not be able to get them if I do not belong to that community. Because sometimes those kind of hidden opportunities are just, shared within the community. I could remember like last year, there are certain, slots that was given to the community lead of Diary of Workers, to the community lead of Diary of Workers for internship slots, like 10 of them. Now, that kind of opportunity is not published publicly. So it was released within the community, and the only people that got those 10 slots came from the community. And I know Blacks in cybersecurity also will have hidden opportunities like this that is not open to non-member of communities. These are the opportunity that communities give. You grow, you see. By this, you are growing. By this, you are learning. By this, you are meeting, you are getting closer to your destination as you have pictured it when you started out. Also, community gives you the ability, or it gives you the opportunity to actually to participate in conferences like this. Participate in conferences like this. Then let me share experiences from Cyber Starters Conference, very wonderful conference that was organized by Diary of Workers. I was part of, the committee, who put this together, and it was an awesome moment, meeting with different cybersecurity experts from all walks of life, from different geographical locations, from across the world. Now Cyber Starter Conference, is an hybrid conference that brought together renowned professionals from around the world who are eager to talk about their triumphs, their setbacks, and the greatest advice needed to secure a job and excel in cybersecurity. Do you see that? For you to attend such, a conference as a starter, you know what that means? You are going to learn from the best of the best in the industry. You are going to learn how to land your first job, or even how to land your second job, or even how to land your third job. You will learn from their mistakes. You will learn from their experiences so that you won't make the mistake they made. Now, experiences from this conference, this is a picture of one of the subject matter experts that actually came from Kenya. He's a wonderful man, Dr. Bright. He's a wonderful Black hacker. You can check him up on LinkedIn. Black hacker, who shared from his wealth of experience, giving perspective to the ingredients for cybersecurity career growth. Different ingredients for career growth, different principles one can apply to one's life. These are the things that made some of us. Communities made us. And I know I'm speaking some, cybersecurity professionals' mind in this conference right now. Community made us. This is another picture, showcasing a live hacking demonstration from one of the community members. This guy learned almost everything he's showcasing from the community, because there is flexibility. The community provides a platform for people to learn from one another, and even learn from cybersecurity leaders and experts in the industry. A member, now when this guy was joining this community, he wouldn't have even known that one day in a conference like this, in an international conference like this, he will be demonstrating a hacking demonstration or a hacking demo. So these are the things that community offers you: exposure, networking with people that matters in the industry. And by so doing, you are growing. You are growing. This is another section of the conference, where we have different experts from diverse tech world or tech domain discussing, about virtual reality, non-fungible token, blockchain, and Web 3.0, discussing opportunities for cybersecurity in these domains. So it means that, communities brings together experts even from the tech domain to help you to discover what opportunity lies in there for you as a cybersecurity enthusiast. This is another panel of community members who just made their ways into cybersecurity job arena. These ones just got, like 4 of them from Diary of Workers. These ones just got, their job, and they're sharing their experience. They're sharing their experience so far, how they got in, what they are doing right now, what their daily job is, and what it looks like to have a job as a cybersecurity professional. This is what community offers you. These experiences from, people and even from members of such community. And I know that a lot of cybersecurity professionals in this conference right now have, had the opportunity to gain from some of these advantages from Blacks in cybersecurity community. Okay, professional networking, which is the fifth growth system. Professional networking, which is a platform, LinkedIn, a social media platform for professionals. Now, why use LinkedIn? Now, I know there are different social media platforms. We have, Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook. Now, all those ones are just for normal social activities, connecting with family and friends, updating people about your life, and then maybe sharing some of your few achievements here and there. But what made LinkedIn so special is that this is tailor-made platform for professionals. This is not where you come and say, today I am eating fried rice, or today I'm eating Ghana jollof rice. Okay, now this is not a platform where you do that. This is a platform where, number one, you network socially with professionals in different domain and different industry. LinkedIn offers quality access to networking among professionals. So the platform has been built in such a way that it is tailored towards networking among professionals, and it helps you to build quality connection with industry experts. So it means that when you are coming to LinkedIn, you are coming with that knowing, with that ideology that you're coming to network with industry experts, people that matter in the industry, and for the purpose of career growth and development. Number two, job posting. LinkedIn makes it easy to reach a higher number of recruiters and get access to jobs across different locations. Yes, I know Indeed and the rest, they are job platforms, but LinkedIn has made it so easy that while you network with professionals, you also have access to job posting. And even by having access to job posting, you can easily, reach out to employers who post certain jobs and then, speak to them directly, network with them, make connection with them. That even gives you more leverage than just applying randomly to jobs on job websites. Do you see how LinkedIn stands out now? You are not just getting job postings, you are having the ground for you to actually reach out to job posters or recruiters, and then, tell them about you and tell them about your interest in some of those jobs that they've posted. Number three, you build personal brand. LinkedIn helps you to build a personal image for your personality, a professional image for your personality. The goal is to be visible to quality audience. Now, the goal is not just to be visible to everybody. The goal is to be visible to quality audience that matters, that will have one or more positive impact on your career growth. And then LinkedIn will help you to get that done. Quality visibility to quality audience. Quality visibility to quality audience. Number four, generate leads for business. Of course, if you also have a business as a cybersecurity consultant, with LinkedIn, you can generate quality leads to a freelancer or as a business owner, connect with individuals or communities that pushes your service offerings, and then you push your service offerings to them. You see that? Very fantastic. Now, number 5 is exposure to other opportunities. Every other opportunities that's touching professional growth can be secured using this platform. Every other opportunities. I've seen people, got picked just by, one single post. Now, let me share from my experience. The first job or the second job I got that job via one post on LinkedIn. The post went viral. I made one post and the post went viral, and this CEO just reached out, and the rest, they say, is history. That's the cybersecurity research and development analyst, role. And also, I've gotten quality opportunities, to speak at conferences. I've spoken at more than 15 webinars and conferences. Now, this came to be because I leveraged LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn exposed me to opportunities that helps me to grow my profession. So use it for your advantage. So let's talk about LinkedIn hack. How do you position yourself to take advantage, to leverage this platform, this networking platform, for your career growth? Number 1 is have a defined purpose. Why are you coming to LinkedIn? Don't just jump on LinkedIn. Define why you want to use the platform and what you long to accomplish. Define why you want to use the platform and what you long to accomplish. Don't just jump on LinkedIn. So if you do not have a divine purpose, then you will not be able to optimize your profile to fit that your goal. Then have a well-optimized profile. A well-optimized profile helps you to build a professional image for your brand. This will help you to stand out. When you optimize your profile very well, in accordance or according to your divine purpose, it will help you to stand out. Now, there are ways you can optimize your profile that will help you to, anytime that they search any cybersecurity role that pertains to you, you will pop up. Your profile will show up, and that will give you edge over other people who doesn't have an optimized profile. Number 3, have a well-written CV or resume. Have a well-written CV or resume. Develop a well-written resume or CV to send out, to applications. Have a tailor-made resume. You can also have a custom cover letter written to fit each application. A well-written resume. These are the way you hack LinkedIn. These are the ways you take advantage, you leverage LinkedIn for your career growth as a cybersecurity enthusiast. Number 4, develop a social communication skill. There is a way you communicate on LinkedIn. It's not the same way you communicate outside of LinkedIn. Your communication on Instagram might be different based on what Instagram is all about. But on LinkedIn, you must develop a professional way of communication. For you to secure a lasting network on LinkedIn, you must sharpen your social media communication skill professionally. Sharpen it professionally. Make strategic, the 5th one, make strategic connections. Now, don't just connect to just anybody. Don't just send random requests. Be strategic about the requests of connection you make. Connect with relevant individual and communities. For example, you are a cybersecurity enthusiast who is looking forward to, become competent in penetration testing and maybe purple teaming. And now all the connections you are sending out is to somebody who works in an hotel as a chef. I don't know, how will a chef help you to achieve your goal? That's misplaced priority when it comes to connection, making connections or connecting with a musician. How would of course, yeah, relationship matters, of course, but relevant one matters most. Then communities, there are different communities you can join on LinkedIn, Blacks in Cybersecurity, Diary of Workers, Shihaks, Kenya, and the rest of them like that. You can join them. They have different, value that they rolled out as a community that you can take advantage of. Okay, so how do you gain visibility on LinkedIn, even as you're starting out, or even as you are growing as a professional in the industry? Number one, always share engaging and informative content. One of the things that have helped me to gain so much visibility in a very short period of time is my posts and my engagement with other people's posts. My posts and my engagement with other people's posts. And I make sure that every industry expert and subject matter experts that I come across on LinkedIn, whenever they make a post, I make sure that I engage in their comment section. And I make sure that I contribute value. I contribute in such a way, I contribute excellently in such a way that, people will be able to learn from my contribution. From there, you will get more visibility, you get more connection. Number two, always use relevant hashtag on your posts. For example, if you're making a post, the post you're making is about cybersecurity career, or maybe about cybersecurity job arena, or something around job. You should know that there are relevant hashtags that would help you to make your post go viral, like careers, cybersecurity careers, hashtag cybersecurity careers, hashtag infosec careers, hashtag cyber jobs, hashtag tech communities. Relevant hashtags that makes, it widens the visibility of your post. Number three, always engage with posts from professionals and experts. I just said that now. Make sure that you engage the post because they have more visibility than you have. So by posting, by commenting and engaging their own posts, you are gaining more visibility also. The next time you make a post, because you have engaged in their own post, they also will replicate it. Number four, learn the professional way of communication. I've said that, learn the professional way of communication. There is a way you communicate. There is a way you interact with people on LinkedIn professionally. You don't just come and just talk anyhow. When you reach out to, maybe you send an email or a personal message to a cybersecurity expert, there is a way you should accord yourself. There's a way you should compose, craft your post or your message. Share posts that are relevant or related to cybersecurity for companies and leaders. I do this a lot. And in short, I've noticed that sometimes I gain more visibility by sharing the post of other companies or leaders. So this way, you can take advantage of LinkedIn for your growth. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity, given to me to speak to you today on, creating more blacks, more black hackers, growth systems for cybersecurity enthusiasts. These are systems, that will help you, to grow systems of growth that would, help you to sustain rapid growth in a very little period of time in the industry, and also expose you to so many opportunities in the industry that you might not naturally have the opportunity to get. Thank you so much. Here is my contact information. If you have any question, you want to ask anything at all, or you want clarification or clarity on something related to cybersecurity or anything, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn, here is my LinkedIn profile, and then on Twitter, you can reach out to me on Twitter also. Thank you so much, Blacks in Cybersecurity, for this opportunity, and I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Bye.